So today we're talking about why you can't sign more clients and truly grow your online coaching business. Like, what is the thing stopping you? So the model I use for this to figure this out in my businesses is the theory of constraints. All right, so first off, like if you don't know who I am, my name is Jack Bly. I built my coaching business to 107K a month so far, and I'm sharing what I've learned along the way. So this right here, this is truly like saved me so many times because there's times in business where you're working hard, but all of a sudden like your business feels like it plateaus or you're stuck at a certain point. All right, you're stuck at 15K a month and you can't blast past it for some reason. Like something's going on and you're like, what the heck is stopping me from making 20, 30, 50K a month? It's frustrating. And so I learned this, and this changed the game for me, allowed me to blast past those plateaus and constantly continue to grow and grow and grow. All right, so what is the theory of constraints? The basic idea here is that every process is limited by some kind of constraint. So you look at this picture right here. I just grabbed this off Google. Apparently this is from David Perell, but shout out to him, I guess. So basically, like, think of your business as like this, funnel right here. And like there's basically this flow of value that's good, it's all big, there's a good flow of value, and then there's this constraint where it narrows and restricts the flow of value. That's what we call a constraint. All right, so one of the easiest ways to identify this in your business is, ask yourself, what is the one reason why we can't double the business right now? Like ask yourself this and really think about it for a moment. And you'll probably come up with an answer right away. It might be, oh, well, we just need more leads. We need more people, booked on our calendar. Or it might be, well, I just can't handle that many clients fulfillment wise. Like, we just want to be able to handle it operationally. Or it might be, we can't book any more calls. Like our sales call availability is already booked. All right. So you'll probably come up with one of these answers. Right away, that'll help you identify the constraint from the get-go by asking yourself this simple question. Now, if you still haven't like truly identified it for some reason, it might be a little bit harder to find. You'll want to refer to metrics and KPIs. All right, so this is going to make it very concrete for you so you can truly identify the constraint. And stick with me here. Like once you realize this in your business and what I'm about to share with you, growth will become relatively simple because you'll know what to work on. It won't be a mystery anymore. All right, so stick with me here. So if you can't identify it still, you want to go through this process of looking at metrics and KPIs. So this is a simple example of a basic client acquisition system. Let's say we're booking appointments and DMs. And we basically, have this call booking funnel. So let's say we have a 5% appointment booking rate, which is pretty solid. KPI, which is key performance indicator. This is like the minimum that we're aiming for. All right. So if the minimum we're aiming for is 2%, we're already achieving 5%. Then this is obviously good to go. It's not a constraint. Let's say our show rates, how many people actually show up to the call, is 40%, but KPI is 80%. So this is obviously not in KPI. It's underperforming. And then we have 24% close rate. Our KPI is 25%. So it's a little bit under KPI. It's not performing to where we want. If this is the example, these are your metrics in your KPIs, we basically want to look at, what is the largest percentage change from metric to desired KPI? There's two things that are under KPI right now. It's show rate and close rate. Now, one of them is massively underperforming. One of them is just barely underperforming. So clearly, if you look at this, show rate is the one thing that is the biggest constraint in the business right now. All right, assuming we can actually handle, clients, assuming our sales call availability isn't an issue. All right, so look at these metrics. You can see, okay, shoot, like show rate is half of what it should be. Close rate's only 1% and under. All right, so now we've identified the constraint, because you've either asked yourself this question, it's very simple to identify, or you looked at your metrics and KPIs, you're like, okay, clearly there's the largest percentage change right here in show rate. All right, so once you identify the constraint in your business, now what? All right, listen to this sentence, it's very important. Because most people will not do this. They'll identify and they're like, oh, well, I found a constraint, but let me just keep on doing what I'm doing. Here's what you want to do. The sole and utter focus in your business becomes to fix this constraint. Like that is it. Don't worry about anything else besides fixing the constraint. So if this is the example right here, if this is your numbers, if you identify okay, this right here, this is the constraint. So let me highlight this red. All right. If you identified this, stop worrying about improving your close rate. Stop focusing on it, trying to improve things, tweak things. Don't mess with this at all either. Only focus on this. This is the number one constraint in your business. Because if we fix this, this will 2x your business. This alone. Let's say you're stuck at 15K a month. Just fixing this alone will take you to 30K a month with one thing. Like, that is the power of this. It becomes quite simple. All right. What if the bottleneck is you need more leads? That should become your number one sole focus. Stop focusing so much about improving fulfillment. For now, I know it's important, obviously, but if you're getting good results, stop focusing on that. Focus on getting more leads. That's the number one constraint in your business. Like, everything else kind of goes, on, autopilot. It just goes like you're doing the SOPs, you're doing the systems normally, but you're not working to improve it. Only focus on the constraint. Because when you do this, let's say you for 1 month straight, you strictly focus on this. You research it, you might scale up, you test some things. In a month, 2 months from now, let's say it takes even 2-3 months. If you truly fix this, you double the business. That's why the theory of constraints is so effective. All right, same thing in this example. Let's say you need more leads. Let's say that's a bottleneck. If you fix this, let's say you 2x your leads, you 2x your business. All right, so many people, they focus on things that are not the true constraints. All right, they'll keep on focusing on scaling up sales calls when they only book 2 calls a week. And it just makes no sense. That's not going to scale your business by large scales. You need to focus on the one thing that if you fix this one thing, boom, it explodes. There's exponential growth. That's what you want to do. All right, so this is what I do in my business. It truly helps me continue to grow and break past these plateaus time and time again. So I hope this helps. This is the theory of constraints. If you are an online coach and you're looking to scale your coaching business, you want to add 10 to 30K a month, then I can help you do this. Go ahead, click the link below. We can schedule a free demo. We can chat about your situation, see if we can help. So go ahead and click that link if that's you. If not, no worries. Hope you're doing amazing. Like the video, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.